Lounge, welcome back. We're going to get right into it today. I want to avoid a little bit of the fluff because there's nothing insightful to say behind the video that we're going to look at today. What we're going to see is what I consider to be a random act of violence. We'll hear the prosecutor go through the details of this particular arrest, and you'll hear that they were looking for a connection between the victim and the person who was actually arrested to see if there was any kind of connection between them, and they have yet to make any kind of connection. And that's why I say it seems like a random act of violence. And that's the scary part. That's the type of thing that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck, because sometimes you leave your house and you just never expect something bad to happen. And oftentimes that's when something bad happens. And it's unfortunate. You don't want to walk out thinking that everything in the world is going to be unsafe. But when you're dealing in current events the way that I do, and that I'm sure most of you do, you obviously see some of the worst things about the world when it comes through on the news feed. But there are good things out there. This just happened to be one of those cases where we have somebody who appears to possibly have some kind of mental illness, and she acted out in a way that's just a little bit gruesome. Again, viewer discretion is advised. You're not going to see anything gruesome, but when you hear the details, I'm pretty sure it'll make the hairs on your arms stand up. So I'm going to run the clip. I want to hear your thoughts on the video. Leave it down in the comments. And once again, I appreciate everybody for rocking with the channel. And until next time, I'm out.
20-year-old Karen Fisher you see here in the orange jumpsuit was in the 230 District Court today for a bond hearing on a murder charge.
It was shocking when I saw it.
Prosecutors working this case say the way Fisher killed the victim was pretty gruesome.
The brutality is probably the worst I've ever seen in my 10 years at the DA's office.
They say Fisher, who in court documents is identified as a male, intentionally ran over 64-year-old Stephen Anderson with a vehicle Fisher had stolen, and it was all caught on camera.
The video shows the defendant running over the complainant, targeting him, and then reversing over him. And then she crashes the vehicle into an apartment complex.
But prosecutors say Fisher allegedly took it a step further.
Gets out, walks up with the knife, she turns his body over, straddles him, and then she kisses him, and then slits his throat and stabs him somewhere between 7 and 10 times. And then she gets up and walks away.
As for why Fisher would allegedly do this, well, prosecutors are still trying to figure that out, but they believe mental health and drugs may have played a factor.
Originally, I thought there may be some type of relationship between the complainant and the defendant, but what we know at this point is that there was no relationship. It was complete strangers. So that made it even more shocking and horrific.
Prosecutors say Fisher is facing another charge for assaulting a nurse while at the hospital.
My understanding is she was taken to Bentab, and they were trying to restrain her, and she had kicked one of the nurses that was there.